Hello, this is Steph. One of the features that I found interesting in FFmpeg 8.0 is the whisper speech-to-text feature. So I would like to get a bit in depth because in the FFmpeg 8.0 presentation, we touched a bit the surface, and would like to get a bit more in depth on how to configure the whole system in order to have FFmpeg and Whisper working together, and some ideas on its functionality. So we have Windows behind, but this can be done without any problems in Linux. So the thing is interchangeable. So enough talk, we can get started. First thing that we need to do is to read the Whisper reference in the FFmpeg filters reference, so in the FFmpeg.org website, and it tells that Whisper runs automatically speech recognition using the OpenAI's Whisper model. So OpenAI are the more famous ChatGPT and other products. It developed also this Whisper that is a speech-to-text thing. And in particular, FFmpeg uses the whisper.cpp implementation that is, let's say, a performance increasing library. And so it requires it to be present in your system. And so after that, you can refer to the model you would like, and then once you downloaded it, you can use it, and then later you can go and get it rocking and rolling. So as told by the FFmpeg reference, one of the first things that you need to do is to have Whisper enabled on your system. So what shall we do? First of all, we are in a folder. So here I have the folder with all my repositories. And the first thing that we need to do is to clone the repository up from the website, so from the Whisper reference that we have here, whisper.cpp, not OpenAI Whisper. So first of all, we got to git clone, and this is the address of the Git repository. So we are cloning it on this folder. So just as time to download it. And then what we really need is not so much whisper.cpp per se. What we need to do is to download the models from the folder. So first of all, let's finish the process. Okay, then the next thing, we need to go to the models folder, cd whisper.cpp. Then inside we have a folder called models. So we are going into the models and we see a bit of scripts. And the thing that we need to do is to download the model we want. So how do we download it? We download it by going with sh. Then we have a series of download. In this case, it's the ggml model.sh, and we can choose the model we want. So we can use the base.n. So the list of models is available right here. So these are the models that can be downloaded. I will put everything in the description, and depending on how big is the model, how precise is the model at getting the the speech-to-text feature, you have a bigger model. So at the moment, we are downloading the base.n. So we can go there and download it. Okay, so once it has finished, you have also an example on how to use the model, but now we are using it directly with FFmpeg. Of course, here you can use the model you would like. So if you're using only the English model, you can use the .n options. Otherwise, you can use also the other models. So let's try and download, for example, the medium.n. So the English model medium, so medium size, it's 1.5 gigabytes. Or otherwise, later we can download also the large. So I will leave the downloading to go, and the same thing will be done with the large version 3. So try to download this. Once we completed with the medium model, we can go on with the large V3 model. And here we go. Okay, so we finish also with the large model. There's also another thing that we need. It's not so needed, but it can be useful if you want to get better, especially when you have a voice and silence altogether. So for the detection of voice, is to download the VAD model, and now we're doing it immediately. As told before, one of the things that we might find useful is to download the so-called VAD. VAD stands for Voice Activity Detection. So it's the model that tries to detect whether there is voice from when there is not voice, or where there is silence. So it tries to optimize the pieces where there is the voice detection only. The thing can be done by going to download the script, more or less like what we did before with the voice models, with speech-to-text models. We are going to do the same thing with the VAD model, and the software, the script suggests already which are the available models. Now I think that we advanced with the Celero, and Celero is a Python model available, and quite lightweight. In fact, it doesn't take so much to download. So we can download it, Celero -v.1.2, and here we go. The thing is downloaded. So it gives also a suggestion of script, of a program, how can you invoke it, but we need to compile this. So we're going to use FFmpeg directly. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So we're ready to use FFmpeg with the whisper capability, with whisper filter. So this is the video I'm going to use as a test. So this is me saying something. Hey, this is Steph. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell to get notified about next videos I'll be publishing. Okay, so what shall we do? We first of all invoke FFmpeg. So FFmpeg, here we go. We are already in the folder, and we take this as our input file. Then, since we don't want anything in the output, I already put the options to not putting anything as video as stuff. So the only thing that we want to do is to use the filter. So if you want better specifications about how to use a filter in FFmpeg, so I will link the video here somewhere. And so we are going to take the -vn that tells, hey, don't put anything as output in the video. Then I will put already in the end the -f null and minus that tells don't put anything as output. Then here, I'm going to put the filter A, so this is an audio filter, and already fill it with the data inside. So the filter we want to use is whisper. Then the model, in my case, is available. So got to put the model as it is specified in the specs. So the model is available in this folder on my point of view. So source, repos, then whisper.cpp, then models. And here we got to use the models that we have available. So the models that we have available, just to show, these are these three. So this fourth is for the VAD we're going to use later. Then we're going to use this, the base, so ggml -base.n.bin. So ggml-base.n.bin. And then we got to put the other parameters separated by a colon. So we got to put language if you would like. So, but automatically it will be detected as English, but it's better to put the reference as language. We can also put a parameter of Q. What does a Q parameter do? Is to put so how much audio we got to process before the detection of the text, and so got to be careful about which is the valid value. So Q by default is equal to 3, but using a larger value like 10 or 20 will produce an audio that is the text that is more accurate using less CPU, but the latency will be a bit higher. So if you want to use a real-time process, this might not be useful for you. But if you put a low value like 3, so the processing power is higher and the transcription quality is not as accurate. So up to you, can test. So here we don't require so much real time in this example, maybe later, yes. So we can put a value of 20, but also lower like 10. Let's see what it does. Then for the moment, we don't enable the VED model, but we can use it later. Then we got to put the destination. The destination, so the file we put as the destination. Maybe before it's better to put the format. So we are getting rid of a value. Our format is SRT. And the destination, put as a destination. Here you got to be careful what to put because the values, so if you put the Linux path, it's okay. If you put the window path, so with the C, for example, in the beginning, it might give some problems. So if you put the notation like this, it will be problematic. So a thing that we can do is to put something relative to the current location. So in this case, I'm 2 folders up, then desktop, videos, whisper test, and then staff stt.srt. So in this case, we create a new file with the same file name. So as soon as I load this video, the subtitles will be acquired. So I guess we have all the parameters. We can go. And here now see the processing that is going. No proper output is necessary other than the subtitles that we enabled through the whisper filter. And here we have our subtitles. So here we have thing enabled. So okay, this is staff, okay, but we can correct it directly like this. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Ring notification bell, get notified about the next video I'll be publishing in SRT format. So it's okay like this. And want to take the final test by playing the video and the audio together. Hey, this is Steph. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell to get notified about next videos I'll be publishing. And I got to say that the final result is not bad at all. So we have the full synchronization of what is said and what is transcribed. So good job. Okay, another thing that we can do is, for example, taking an audio source and directly write the subtitles. We can use, okay, not the SRT format, so the format that are supported by the whisper.cpp FFmpeg implementation are SRT, as we saw, and JSON, so you can put the data as JSON file, or also plain text file. So it depends on what you want to do. So there is the format, you can put text, JSON, or SRT. So let's try some examples. And I would like to use the same example that I used in the video for the FFmpeg 8.0 presentation. in which we use the microphone directly, the one that I'm using at the moment. So we can also, so we have FFmpeg. The filter I'm going to show is a direct show. Then I have -I, and we have the audio source, so I'm going to copy it among the list that we have already. If you want a more exhaustive like reference on how to retrieve these data, so I will link the video. Then we have the filter, in this case whisper again. We put the model, in this case I put the medium model that I have available. As you can see here, I have a ggml medium n.bin .n.bin. And now the other thing that we need to put is the language. So language equals to English. Then the Q we put to 20 this time. Okay. Equals to 20. Then another column we put the destination. So the destination will be this folder again. So destination equals to, here we put the relative folder because again there's this problem with the absolute folders in Windows implementation. So we set this on the desktop. Then videos, whisper test, and we put the mic recorded .srt. We can, well, let's try SRT at the moment, then later we can try with another format. So format equals to SRT. And then if you would like, you can also put the VAD model to see where there is silence and where there isn't. So I'm going to copy the location of the VAD model right here. So we download Celero 5.1.2. So we're going to use this. And then in the end, we're going to put also an output file, because if we don't put the output file, there might be some problems. At the moment, we can use it and maybe discard it later. Let's see if it's working. Now let's see if it is working with the transcription. So I see this SRT file enabled. Now let's see if Whisper is going to do its job properly. And now I'm going to press Q to finish the processing. Okay, now I see that everything is being recorded. Maybe some too full buffer also because I'm using this with other devices. Okay. So meanwhile, we can take a look if the SRT has been, at the moment it's still empty. Okay, so the file has been generated. The recording, yeah, I put it in the FFmpeg folder. Let me take a look. Yes, there. We can move recording.wave into this folder. Yeah, so now we have it here. We have the wave and the recorded. Let's have a look at the transcription. Okay, even if it is not so long, It took a bit of time, so let's see if it's working. Let's see, it's working with the transcription, the SRT file enable. Now let's see if Whisper is going to do its job properly. And now I'm going to press Q to finish maybe the last thing. I pressed the button too early maybe. But I gotta consider that I'm pretty much satisfied. I put the Cilero also because to detect, as you can see, maybe there was the filter initialized. And so to detect the silence moments in order to be more efficient. So I got to consider I'm pretty much satisfied with this. Okay, so we saw Whisper on Windows along with FFmpeg. You see that the use is quite easy and the application can be very, very many. So this is a basic thing. Maybe I will use in the future to make the subtitles for my next videos. And so I have full control of it. And probably making some speech to text, text to speech in order to make the translation of all the thing with my voice maybe. Let's see. This might be an idea. So for the moment, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified about the next videos I'll be publishing. And my frequency is lower and lower due to the live stuff that is going on. And but follow me for other content related to multimedia, but also much, much, much more. Let's see with this much, much, much more in the future. Thank you very much. Ciao. Ciao.